Hi, welcome to Kerry's Cards. I'm going to show you today how to make a lovely little pop-up gift card box that you can sneak some chocolates into as well. This is the end result. I'm going to do slightly different patterns, but essentially it comes with a lovely little belly band. You take off and then you lift it up and open inside, and then you can fit some lovely chocolates. I've got some white Ferrero Rocher, and put the gift card in there. So let's get cracking. The things you'll need today are a trimmer. You will also need a scoring board and some sharp scissors, glue of your choice, and some nice DSP paper so that you can decorate your box afterwards. Today's box, I'm going to be using the Trimming the Town suite. I'm going to use this one in particular today because I'm going to make it quite a masculine one, because I'm also going to use the Misty Moonlight colour there, but obviously you can choose whichever you want. I'm also going to keep this one aside because I might actually do some fussy cutting and cut these out and pop them on the top later on. So let's just move these to one side now. So let's start with our measurements. As always, I've put all the lists of the measurements there. I will also put them into the main context of the YouTube link, so you'll be able to see what they are. But we start with essentially 2 pieces of A4 card. So the first thing we're going to do is crack. I'm going to move those because I might eat them. I'm going to score. Actually, no, we're going to trim the piece of A4. There's not much to come off, to be fair. So we want 8 inches for that bit, and by 11.5 inches. So let's just pop that over there. And then grab our scoreboard. You can see here my blade needs changing, it's a bit rough, but we're going to fold it all over so it'll be fine. So the first thing we do is on the 11.5 inch side there, we're going to score at 1.5 inch, then 5 inch, then 6.5 inches, and then 10 inch. And turn it around 90 degrees, so we're on the 8 inch side, and there we're going to score at 1.5. So this is the depth of our box, 1.5 inches, and then again at 6.5 inches. Okay, let's just move that to one side so we can see what we've got there. I'm then going to cut these corners off here, but I'll put the template on. You can see, so I'm going to cut this bit out, and the same again, cut down here, cut this bit out to make a tab, cut down here, and cut that end off to make a nice tab. So get your sharp scissors. I've got my little scoring ones there, so just to make a lovely little, very tiny bit, but it makes the box fold up a lot nicer and tidier. So just go down to the score line, cut that, do the same on this side, cut across, and again down there, and over there. Turn it round and do the same on the other side with the opposite. Cut down there, and 2 more cuts, and this will build the base of the box. Just move those bits out of the way. Get your bone folder, make sure that we go the opposite side to where you've scored, to make sure you get a nice crisp line. And again, because that will break down the fibres, make it nice and tight. Or nice crisp edges when you build the box up in the end. Oh, a bit left. So this is going to be the base of the box and this is the top part of the box. So you get the glue of your choice. I'm going to use the multi-purpose Tombow glue for now, but you could use double-sided sticky tape. And we'll start building the box. So to make the lid, a little bit of Tombow glue there and on there. Bring it in and make sure your edges are nice and lined up there, and just hold it for a little second. Do the same there, make sure it's a nice tight edge. Hold it. That's that one. Then we'll do the same for the base of the box. Bend them in. Okay, and start building the box up. So I'll do this one first. Make it nice and tight to the edge so it's flush. Make that one nice and flush there as well. Bring it round, then that's the base there. And do the same on this one. And that's the basis of our box straight away, and then that should just fold it down and over the top like that, so we get a nice neat little box. So we'll just put that to one side while that dries off. Then we're going to make the little bit that goes inside there to make it pop up for the card or the gift card to go in. For that you need 5 inches by 8 1/4 inch piece of card. So this is going to be my 8 1/4, just about fits there. I don't like waste. Ooh. Turn it around. And then 5 inches down there. Put that to one side because we'll use that in a minute for the belly band, the other piece. Then this part, we'll put that to one side. Get the school board, and along the longest part of the 8 1/4 inch, you're going to do 2 5/8, 4 1/8, and then 5 5/8. Okay. So this part here, we're then going to fold over on itself. Move the school palette away. Get the bone folder out. And again there. So we're creating the bit that goes in the middle for the pop-up box. But to add, you can leave it blank if you want to. I like to add just a little bit of embellishment. So I'm going to actually use, I haven't got a snowflake one, but if I had a snowflake one, I'd probably use a snowflake one because I'm decorating it on the outside. But I'm just going to use the greenery embossing folder and just run it through my cut and emboss machine off the side of the camera. So you can't see it, but you'll be able to hear me. And always make sure that you put it in lengthways. So I quite like this one because it reminds me of a knitted jumper. It's an argyle knitted jumper. The next thing I'm going to do is to create the opening there. Now it depends on which punch. You can use a punch, you could use a die if you wanted to. So you could potentially put that through one of the stitch dies edges that way. I'm going to use the round, my oval. It's an old one I've got. I'll put it in so it's about halfway. Line it up by side and pop it out. So then I have a little bit of a hole so you can see. I'm just going to get my daughter's library card out and then work out where I need to then cut through to be able to drop the gift card into. I'm just trying to see if I've got a pencil, but we'll use the pen. So just line it up by eye. So I know it's got to get to that point. So you can see the lines on there. Get your little scissors, and this is just by hand now. Got a little bit of a divide there, so I didn't mind doing it in biro because I'm actually going to cut it out. And another one there. Bend it up and cut it out. So hopefully then that will fit into the box like that. Then we're going to pop this into the box. You could decorate that with some designer series paper if you wanted to. You could leave it plain. You could write Happy Christmas on there. You could write Happy Birthday on there. You can put whatever you want on the inside. So I'm just now gluing the base layer. So then I'm going to pop it into the box. So this is the bottom layer, and it needs to go at the very edge there. So it's tucked away into the corner. And press it down to its hold firm. And then take the top one and slot that into the top so that it's flush to the top of the box as well. So this adds a little bit more rigidity to the box, makes it just that little bit stronger. So now I should be able to just pop in the card there. And my little Ferrero Rochers or bar of chocolate or whatever you want to pop in there. You could put a little bit of jewellery or whatever, go inside, and the box then folds down. So that's our box. But we're not quite finished there. We're just going to carry on and do a little bit more decorating. So I'm going to pull over my designer series paper, try and work out which side I want to use. I'm going to use that side today because I'd like the contrast with the blue with the night of navy. For the box itself then, you need to get some designer series paper, and we need 2 lots of 4 3/4 by 3 1/4, 2 lots of 4 3/4 by 1 1/4, and 2 lots of 3 1/4 by 1 1/4. So I'm just going to get the trimmer out, move that to one side, get our trimmer, and we're going to go 4 3/4 first. And then from there we're going to turn it round. I'm going to make sure my pattern's in the right place, right way to read it for this one, because I don't want it to that way round. But most patterns, most designer series paper, it probably doesn't matter. It might not matter, but just make sure it's the right way round, and it's going to look sensible when it's on the box. So we want 3 1/4 for this one, and we need 2 of those. Then we also need 2 1 1/4 of the same length, because this is going to go on the side front, the longest edge of the box. You see my blade's quite poor at the moment, so I'm just going to try and get rid of all the bits. If you've got a little sandpaper block, that's a neat little trick to get rid of any rough edges that you might have if the blade's not quite finished but it needs replacing. Unfortunately, I don't have any more at the moment, but it's on my next shopping list. So just place these ones off. Put them up the top. Okay, and then on this last piece, we need to cut this down to 1 1/4 again. And I think from memory, I should be able to get the other 2 strips out of this as well. 1 1/4. Put that away, and then we'll just turn them round together. And this needs to be 3 1/4. Put them out of the way. And just tighten the edges up there. There are all my designer series bits ready to start popping them on the box. So this one's the top. Again, I like my little bit of glue, the wet glue, because it gives me the option to move it if it's not quite in the right place. Turn the box upside down. Some more glue on. You might decide you don't want to put any on the bottom, but it just finishes it off really. then get our longer pieces. Pop that one on the side there. Turn it around so it still looks like the text will read all the way around, the right way up. There we go. Around that way. And then last one on the side. That's our box on the outside, but then with the last piece of paper that a little bit that we had left, we're just going to make a couple of belly bands to go round the edge, so it gives it a little bit more special feel to it. You could leave it at that if you wanted. So the belly band needs to be 8/16, but essentially the length of what we've left there, by 1.5 inches I've done to give it a nice solid feel to it. So I'm just going to cut that twice, 2 lots of that. Move this out of the way. Now you have a couple of ways of putting this together. The easiest way is to actually bend the card over the box like that. Hold it on, bend it as symmetrically as you can, and bend it over. Do the same, turn the box upside down, do the same that way. Try and make it on the edge there. Hold it like that, and then fold there. So you're folding it round the box. Okay, so you know then roughly where the edge of the belly band's going to go. I'm going to actually run it through the embossing folder that's matched on the inside, just to give it a little bit more definition. So bear with me a minute, I'm going to go off camera while I run this through. I'm only going to run it through for the top one on the box. So there we are with our bit that's gone through the box, through the machine. Then I'm going to get my rest of my belly band and join the two together. Now make sure that you put the join at the bottom. You don't want the join of your belly band on the top bit there. So put the bottom bit of the belly band inside the top bit. Let's get our glue. Glue on the inside there and the inside there. Just make sure I do it the right way around. There's one. And then glue that side together. Hold it a little bit. And hopefully, if I've done that right, it should all fit on the box like that. So there's a quick little belly band, but it's still a little bit boring. A little bit, I say boring, but a bit dull. So we can jazz it up a little bit more. And this one, I used a stamp set that's in the autumn winter catalogue called Tree Angel, which is this one here, and ran each one through the stitch triangles cutters dies on the cut and emboss machine to get those ones. But I'm going to use just do a quick bit of fussy cutting, and we'll cut out one of the houses that's on here. And I'm going to go for this nice blue one, because actually we don't have any of that colour on the box at the moment, so it might stand out a little bit more. So just and these houses are lovely and big, so they'll give you the right proportions for the box. And then all we'll do is we'll stick these on with some 3-dimensional foam pads to give us a little bit of height. You could then also make a little tag if you wanted, a to and from, ready for Christmas, or do not open till Christmas. Just tidy that one up a little bit more. going to actually use an offcut of the green card. So this is Pear Pizzazz. I'll do a quick little bit of stamping, and I'm going to do Happy Wishes to You and Yours, which is possibly the longest one we've got there. And we'll do it in the Misty Moonlight one. Now remember, because this is a polymer stamp, you need to use a sponged base, a silicone base, because you don't have the padding at the bottom of the stamp pad. Oh, I think that looks a bit wobbly. Let's see. It's gone up a bit, hasn't it? Let's just realign that one and do it again. There we go. A little bit straighter. I'll put that to one side to clean off later. Put the stamp pad away, because otherwise I end up dropping stuff in it. And then I'm just going to cut along this so that it marries up the backing paper that I've got there, because it's nice and thin bits of wording. And I think if we do that, I might add a little Christmas tree, I think. Let's get one of the trees that's here. Quickly fussy cut around that one. And this, you don't have to be too precise. If you wanted to get all the white edge off, you could. You could use the punch that's in the catalogue, that's the Christmas tree. You could use the dies that I've said, the stitch dies. Oh, actually, let's put that on the other side. So let's tidy this one away. Let's get my dimensionals. And we'll pop the one on the top there. And that. Oh, actually, I put that too high. Let's take that one off. I've put it on just a tad too high because I need it to sit on the belly band. And if it was down too low, the belly band's going to stick. So let's pop that one there. And then I'm going to cut these because they're a bit too thick for the strip that I've just done there. So if they're too big, you can make them slightly smaller. Put one there. Pop one there. Pop one there. So this would be quite nice if you went to someone's house and you weren't quite sure what to take them. You could take a gift voucher for the whole family, for example. And then the last one, where should we put him? Actually, I might put him behind. I say him, it could be a her in it. That. Pop that one there and on the top there. So there we have a lovely little quick gift box that you can put gift vouchers in and a bar of chocolate. Another different colourway, again using the Paint the Town, Trimming the Town series paper there with some Christmas trees. So just a different approach to a Christmas box, Christmas presents. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'd like to see what you've done and have fun. Many thanks for watching. Bye.